Pictures like this, and this, I took them more directly with my phone, Vivo X100 Pro, a China-made Android, instead of the expensive and heavy cameras I own. From being apprehensive to being surprised, I finally use a mobile as my photographic workhorse. But how? And if you have got a similar model to mine, how can you just set it properly to be your futuristic and ultimate camera? Hi, I'm Jing. Welcome to today's show. Before we start, I'd like to make a brief. All the gorgeous pictures taken with this phone are based on the post-optimization or the automatic retouching built into this camera. Girls ask me whether I have imposed some beauty effects on the pictures. The answer is yes, involuntarily. Its photographic algorithm just knows the standard of beauty after learning the aesthetics and innumerable pictures. And the creamy bokeh in my portrait works that should just be, an optical effect from expensive glasses is emulated by high-performance chips of films. And the beauty effect and bokeh by Vivo are also available for video, which are even better than the cinematic mode of iPhone. Besides, including landscape, macro photography, food, documents, and even astrophotography, Vivo integrates an entire set of algorithms to optimize image quality and just to notify you to use the according modes once subjects are detected. Cameras never do this, right? And mostly, you just don't need to adjust the exposure parameters. The only thing you need to do is just to wait several seconds for the phone to process all the taken images. Then, fantastic results you will have. No Photoshop needed, and it's still a phone, so you can just send all the pictures to girls just after taking them, in a rate faster than any other cameras. Additionally, the nature of mobile phone just helps a lot. No security is going to say, oh sorry, we just don't accept commercial shooting to me in a posh restaurant or a museum, due to the phone I'm using. Although the phone just provides me with the same decent image quality as that of cameras, and sometimes it's even better. As a photographer, I still need to grade the color of pictures taken with Vivo. However, Vivo's automatic retouching has done at least 80% of the post workflow that I needed to do, which is repetitive, like smoothing skin or facial structure. So it just doesn't matter that JPEG picture doesn't have a latitude as great, as RAW has for post. And the untouched pictures from this phone are as detailed and as delicate as been retouched for many. The algorithm just accelerates all my production. Are Vivo's images perfect or faithful to reality? No, really. At least by now, the simulated bokeh of phone can't show you the natural transition as the physical bokeh from a real camera. And the default pixel count of mobile's pictures is only 12 million, half of cameras. Then they're still quite delightful, though. Besides, you can just customize the beauty effect of Vivo with the parameters in its camera, skin tone, color, and facial features. You can just consummate it, especially for yourself. The flaw of your subjects, their edge or the pedestrians in your frames, you can just remove them via the retouching software of Vivo with the power of AI just in an instant. And I always love to add watermarks to my pictures with the parameters and Vivo's logo, because such nice pictures by a phone are always stunning. Then you can just share your photos with others on your Instagram, WeChat, or any social platforms. No waste of time transferring them to computers. Frankly speaking, it doesn't mean that everyone with a phone like this can just take as beautiful pictures as my samples. A basic understanding of photography is still needed. Next, I'll just show you how to set up your Vivo camera once you have got one. For example, in the portrait mode with simulated bokeh, you have to adjust the volume of the simulated aperture. It doesn't change your actual exposure like a camera, but only the volume of the blurry background. You can also change it after taking pictures for a range from f.95 to f16 without degrading sharpness. A larger number just means lesser bokeh and vice versa. I'll just set the aperture to f2.0 for beauty shoots with a, smooth background, and to f5.6 for the lesser blurry. Of course, you can just directly turn it off for the most mobile-like pictures, while the beauty effect is still on. And the focal length is always as essential as well. The numbers of zoom multipliers of the portrait mode have been altered by focal lenses, a more professional parameters of photography, because focal lenses are not only just for you to zoom in and out at the same distance, but also for you to choose different perspectives and feelings. The common sense of photography is undeniable that even with the same composition, different focal lenses will not show you the same effects. With a wide-angle focal length like 24 or 35mm, the image is always more dramatic and includes more background, and the face or body of your model might just be distorted. Wide angle is more suitable for travel and environmental pictures. And telephoto focal lenses like 85 or 100mm just do the reverse. They always show you a narrow backdrop, concentrating on your model without dramatic feelings in the same composition. So 85 and 100mm are the best choices for beauty shoots. I'll just use 50mm and 100mm with f2.0 for most. At last, Chinese Android firms like Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi, etc. show us that phones will just become cameras, which are just more handy and efficient, like what Apple promised. Is it perfect? Not yet, but only less than 5% of all need something better. No need to sigh, the performance, which is just condensed into such a compact size, and the convenient telecom support just maximizes your creativity. The beautiful pictures I took that delighted many girls speak for themselves, because we just enjoyed photography instead of cameras, and the perfect camera is always the one that you are willing to bring out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.